Cool.
Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of The Vertical Take with Jennifer and Taha. Today we have the wonderful Sarah Grace.
Hi. Hello, hello.
Thank you so much for coming on to the show. We really are humbled by your presence. Thank you.
Oh, please. I'm so happy to meet you guys and talk to you guys. I love what you do. It's really exciting.
Thank you so much. We try to be different on here, but not too different.
Yeah,
So, without further ado, I'm just going to dive into these questions.
let's go.
So, Sarah, you grew up in New Orleans, but you're now based in Los Angeles. Can you walk us through that journey of transitioning from your hometown to LA?
Yeah, so it's funny. I live in New York, but I have been yeah, it's a very weird situation.
Okay.
Since I started doing the verticals, I started like a year and a half ago, and I'd never been to LA before.
Hmm.
I had some good friends who lived out there, and I'd wanted to go and get a job and work out there. And then I booked my first vertical, which at the time I did not know it was a vertical. I I found out it was a vertical because I got on set and I looked at the monitor and it was vertical, and I was like, "Guys, what's going on? What's happening here?"
Oh.
So, yeah, and ever since I did my first project out there, I've been going back a lot to do more. I've lived in New York for 8 years now.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
okay.
it's safe to call you a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker too. I'm in New York also.
Oh, yes, I love it. Yeah, no, I'm basically a New Yorker at this point. I'm like 2 years
Yeah.
shy, but I am actually relocating and moving to LA in September. So
Mm.
it's a strange period for me, a very transient period. And honestly, it's like doing verticals is a big part of the reason why I am relocating, because I've just been spending so much time out there working, and I love to work. I love the opportunities out there, and the
Mhm.
vertical community is like honestly wonderful. I've met so many amazing people, people I consider like really good true friends. So I'm really excited for this next chapter to see what it's going to be like.
Yeah, it sounds exciting.
Exciting.
So, Sarah, you've spent much of your career working in vertical productions. What is it about that style that keeps you coming back to it?
Right. You know, it's crazy because I've been acting since I was really little. Like my first commercial, I was like 10 months old. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, it's a long, a long, long journey, a long time. And I grew up doing a lot of theater and other film and television. And it really has been just the past year and a half that I've been doing these verticals. But
Mhm.
since I started, like it has just really not stopped. I've taken breaks here and there in between to do, like I said, the show that I had this summer. Um, but it's so it I feel so fortunate and so thankful, for the opportunities that doing verticals has given me. It's I don't have to have another job anymore. Like I'm a full-time working actor. And as an actor, like that's not something that everybody can say. I couldn't say that for a very long time. Yeah, no, I'm so thankful. Like I said, the people I've met. Also, I've done verticals in China, I've done verticals in Lithuania. Like it's taken me all over the world, in a way that I never would have imagined before. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, amazing.
Um, so I think if I'm not mistaken, your last vertical was the divorce attorney's secret affair. Is that the last one that you had?
Yes, I
That is
believe
out.
that is the last one that was released. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I was
So
trying to think.
I know it's hard to keep up. And you
Yeah.
never know when they're releasing them. That's the thing.
Yeah,
No, you don't. You have no idea.
Yeah.
yeah.
So what was your first reaction when you read that script?
Well, that film I shot in China. Um,
Okay.
I did three verticals when I was in China. The first one, I was deeply trapped, and I jumped on that project only thinking I was going to China to do one show. And then when I got to China, I became really good friends with my executive producer. Her name's Iris. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. And she was like, "Hey, the next one is like this. It's like cheating scandal, affair kind of thing. Um, like, are you interested? Do you want to do it?" And it like what kind of excited me the most about it is like it was the four of us. So it was me and Sam and Christine and Anthony, were the main four in this. And there's like the one we had shot just before was like a huge ensemble piece. There was like 15,
Oh,
characters, things. And I just loved getting to like really bond and go deep with, my three other co-stars because just the nature of the script, we spent so much time together and it was just like such a close knit, like it felt so tight, and I just loved getting to work closely with just a couple of people. It made it like feel really special, and we got super close. It was wonderful.
okay. And so once you were on set, what did you find most challenging about working on that project?
um I think probably the most challenging thing at that point was I was still kind of like acclimating to life in China. um
Yeah.
It was a huge culture shock, at first, in a good way, but also there was a lot of things
Yeah.
that I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 what's going on?" One of the biggest things, was, like, most of the crew did not speak English. People, my wardrobe girls, my hair girls, my makeup girls, like, they didn't really speak English, and so, like, learning how to communicate with the people I'm working with and collaborate with them, like, despite having so many barriers, like language and cultural and just, trying to find a way to communicate, um, and just, make things work was really challenging at first. But honestly, like, I learned how to speak a little bit of Chinese. They learned how to speak a little bit English. We called it Changlish, just like a mix of Chinese and English.
I like that.
Yeah, like, at the end, we had like made up our own language, to like speak with
Oh,
each other. And it was just the coolest thing in the world because like we all wanted so desperately to communicate with each other. And like figuring
mhm.
out a way to do that was like one of the most rewarding things.
Yeah,
Okay.
wow. So, was there a particular scene in the divorce attorney's secret affair that was especially difficult to film?
Yes. You know, like a part of me wants to like the obvious answer. There's like a scene in this where I get thrown in a pool and I'm like tied up and I'm like thrown in a pool. Like you would think it would be that. No, honestly, I love that. I like stayed in the pool afterwards and was just like swimming around. The hardest scene was this scene where we're like in a hotel room and it's like, my evil husband is confronting me and my like, the guy I'm with now, and it's like this really big, dramatic, like emotionally charged scene. But I think we had been shooting at that point for a couple of days. We were all so tired. And I don't know why, but we kept breaking. For like 30 minutes, we could not stop laughing. And this is supposed to be like a very like heightened scene, but we could not hold it together to the point where, like people were like, guys, please, like, please, we need to do this. But I don't know what it was. We hit this wall and it was just like the most random time. But there was nothing we could do about it. Like we just had to like let it out,
Yeah.
write it out, and we got it done. But I have never in my life had an experience like that where like genuinely all of us could not hold it together at all.
Well, shoot,
Wow.
if you said that you had been filming for so long, it's like I don't know about you, but I know sometimes for me, like adrenaline hits, and that's
Mhm.
the only way to stay awake is to, laugh.
No, literally,
It's
it's like
just kind of,
when you're so tired that like everything is just
uh-huh.
hysterical. Yeah, that's where
Oh,
we were. That's where we were. Yeah.
You really did get the giggle fits.
We did.
yeah, exactly.
I know. I was like, I'm
So,
sorry, guys.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. But I can't help it.
Yeah. Um, so how do you go about building that authentic chemistry with your co-stars?
Like every show that I do, and like it's a learning process too, like
Uh-huh.
learning how to build that and get that. I like always wish that I would have just like I try not to waste time with like pleasantries. Like I show up and I'm like I treat my co-stars like as if they're people I've known for years. Like
Okay.
to just get comfortable and know that like yeah, I don't know this person. We've just met and we're expected to, have this like super crazy like hello, I'm your husband. Nice to meet you kind of thing. Um but like always like I always just wish I would have dove in faster because like I've been so fortunate. The people I've worked with are all really lovely, lovely people. Um, and it's just like kind of just there's reminding myself, I'm like, I don't need to be shy. I don't need to, I don't need to have any walls up. I don't need to have any barriers up. Just dive in, open my heart to this person who's in front of me and trust that like they're going to look out for me. I'm going to look out for them. And we both want to create something great and do something good together and just trusting in that and not, kind of getting in my own head about
Yeah.
all of the other stuff.
And you're all there for the same goal, so it's not, yeah, filming the same thing. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So when you do get that new script in general, so what is your process for connecting with the character that
It's
you're playing?
it's tricky because like the way that I work on a vertical is very different than the way I work on a play or a movie or a different
Yeah.
like TV show. Because with verticals, we shoot them so quickly. Like
Hmm.
I just wrapped one 2 days ago. We did 100 pages in 7 days, and I had the script for like maybe a week before. So it's really, really fast. And I have to be really realistic with myself. Like obviously I want to like do a lot more, but like physically, you can't. So what I try to do is like I just try to read the script itself like at least 5 times before we start, between 5 and 10. Just read it, read it, read it, read it, get super familiar with the story. Because we also
Hmm.
shoot out of order, so it's like if I'm very familiar with the story on day one, they're like, okay, we're doing this scene from the middle of the movie. I can automatically know in my mind, oh, okay, I just came from this place and I'm going to this place afterwards, so I can place myself in like the emotional journey that I'm trying to build, so I know where I'm at. And as far as like a character goes, is I try to keep it really simple, not just because of lack
Yeah.
of time, but I think in general, like for me at least, keeping things more simple and specific is a lot easier to relate to, so I'll try to find like the essence of the person. So like, okay, this girl's a fighter. This girl's a lover. This girl is a hopeless romantic. This girl,
Hmm.
is guarded, has her walls up, like finding that one little thing for every character, very specific, very simple, so that I know in every scene, okay, if my instinct is to do this, I'm like, oh no, but she's a fighter. So fight, fight,
Yeah.
things like that. I wish we had more
Yeah.
time. That's always the biggest thing, not just the script, but the actors as well. It's like I said, why I want to just dive in as soon as possible. Cause like at the end of every shoot, I'm like, damn, just wish we had more
Yeah.
time.
I just think you all are just so amazing in the fact that you guys are able to do so much in such a little amount of time. Because I'm not sure. Like once my energy is gone, like I can't go any further. And you
Yeah.
guys just keep going, even when you're like exhausted.
Mhm.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. I think if you speak to any vertical actor, or probably
Hmm.
like a lot of actors in general, but especially for verticals, we are all in agreement that like we should be sponsored by Celsius because of the amount of Celsius that we drink to literally just like stay awake and do it is just, oh, it's ungodly.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Yeah.
Well, be careful on those. They aren't too good for
I
you.
I know it's so bad. I will not drink them if I'm not working on a project because I know that they're terrible. But there are
Mhm.
days, there's just some days where you're like, I need it. I need something. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
hard.
No, I get it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
On days when you're expected to deliver a deeply emotional performance, but aren't naturally in that headspace, how do you get yourself there? So, like on those days that you are exhausted
Oh yeah.
and you just,
And you're just dying. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, honestly, like my AirPods are my best friend on set.
mhm,
Like I have a little octo thing on my phone and I will stick my AirPods to my phone and carry them with me at all times. Cause like when I
okay,
have to do like a scene where I'm crying or something, like I'll put in the AirPods, listen to some music for like 30 seconds, just like relax my body and then go, you know. It's like, or if
yeah,
I'm, got to get really angry or like, if I'm personally not in a good mood, like in the morning or something, and like I'm going through something, but I'm expected to be like joyful, happy, and in love, I'll just in the makeup chair take my time, listen to a little bit of music to kind of just get me out of my head and put me into a different space. Um, but yeah, like I could not survive on set without my AirPods. I really couldn't.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm a big AirPods guy myself. Whenever I'm working, I gotta put it on. Even if I'm not listening to anything, I put them on and I put them on noise cancellation, and I just do what I
Hmm.
gotta do. Like, boom.
Yep, exactly. I love literally I'll do that a lot. Like sometimes too, if I'm really needing to like do a hard reset on myself, I'll like lie on the ground for 5 minutes, and like set a timer for 5 minutes and like put in the noise canceling or put in like white noise or something and just essentially kind of like try and meditate and just clear my mind of thoughts, just focus on my body, not think about where I'm going next or where I came from, just
Yeah.
be present in that moment. And that is very helpful on days where it's just like there's so much going on. Sometimes you just gotta shut it off and not worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do it for your mental health, and it's very
Mhm.
important, especially as an actor, because you're playing all of these characters. Next thing you know, you're like, who is Sarah?
I know, like who
You
am
know,
I?
you lose yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's true.
So you've worked multiple times with Kasey Esser.
Hmm.
What is it about the collaboration that keeps drawing you back to him?
It's so funny. Um, this is not the first time I've been asked this question, which just really cracks me up. Um, Casey is a wonderful actor. He's a wonderful
Mhm.
person, but also he's a very good like personal friend of mine.
Mm.
We talk a lot and keep up, and like he was my first co-star on the very first vertical I did that I didn't know was a
Yeah.
vertical.
Oh
It
wow.
it was with Casey. And since then, yeah, we worked together in LA, we worked together in New York, we worked together in Lithuania. And it's
Mhm.
it's so wonderful just like getting to work with like a friend, someone you care about and just like, like I said, we don't have to waste time going through like, oh, are we cool? What's going on? It's
Yeah.
just like immediate.
Right. You just clicked.
We just clicked. Yeah, we just clicked and it's so fun to work together. He's a big jokester. He's always doing something on set that makes me laugh. So it's really good to work with him.
Okay, that's good because we just interviewed him, and he said that he's a very boring person. If he was to record his life, it would be him going to the gym, laying on his couch, and like working, and that's about it. I'm like, okay.
It's like that is true that is true to an extent. Like in his personal life, he is such like a nerd. He's like very, controlled and has his routine and likes his
Yeah.
routine. Um,
Hmm.
his personality, at least when he's, letting loose, he's so boisterous and silly and cracking jokes. Like I get a meme from him on Instagram like every other day.
His
Something.
dark humor
Oh,
gives it all.
Yeah, he's got some humor that
Some humor, yeah. That I can say. Oh my god. Um, So moving on from Kasey.
Moving on from
It's all
Kasey.
about you.
Sorry,
Not
Kasey.
Kasey. He already had his time.
Yeah, my Kasey.
As a woman in the industry, do you feel it's harder to succeed?
Yes, for sure. You know, it's not easy. I mean, just like in general, we all know that like, you know, women make less than men. That is
True.
also true in the vertical world.
Mm-hmm.
The way that women are valued. If like I'll talk specifically about, you know, like the vertical world right now. But like, I mean, you guys know, you've seen the shows, you've seen the scripts, you've seen how they treat women sometimes and how, you know, women are valued. And you know, it's just there's that element of it, you know, which is very real. But then there's also another element of it in the sense that there are far more female actresses out there looking for work than there are male actresses. So you automatically, you know, there's more competition for your role versus, you know, like the men, there's not as many of them. And so it can be easier for them. You know, they're not having to beat out so many people. So like there's that element of it as well. It's yeah, it is challenging. And I try to not, you know, get disillusioned about it and not like let it bring me down.
Yeah.
But it's a real thing, and it's like a constant battle of like trying to remind myself, like, you know, yes, this I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Like this is hard. This is harder, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a hard. They do say it's a man's world out there, you know, but it's in some, you know, industries and situations you can actually. It's pretty obvious that you can see it. And
Yeah.
you know, my heart goes out to you guys. You know, I personally am a feminist. I believe in women's rights and everything, and that the only thing that a woman can do that a man can't do is literally have a menstruational cycle and push out babies. Apart from that, y'all can do everything that we can do.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, you guys are better than us in some ways. You know.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, y'all can't grow a baby. You can't do it.
No, we cannot give life. Nope.
No.
You're
No.
And
right.
shoot, you know, when we get colds and flus and stuff, we keep going. You guys go and just
I
like
know.
are
We're
out.
like, ooh.
That's so true.
I hope I don't get canceled for saying that. So all my guys out there, you know
It's
it's
true.
true.
They know it's true. They all know it's true as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so we were just talking about, you know, the storylines and stuff like that. So how do you feel about the wave of toxic storylines we've been seeing lately? And do you feel a sense of responsibility in how those stories are told?
Absolutely. You know, it's funny. I was just on the phone with one of my really good friends who also is a vertical actress, and we had like an hour conversation about this specifically because there have been recently like some really crazy stuff coming out. Crazy, like in so many different genres, so many different facets of like just insanity. Um
Yeah.
and it is a little alarming because it's like, you know, we we are the actors here. This is our job. We need to make
Yeah.
money. If we're getting offered a job and we're in a really difficult place financially or in our lives, it's like sometimes you can't always afford to be as picky about what you do and don't accept, which is challenging, especially now that it's like I'm seeing more and more of these like weird toxic storylines. And I think every actor has their line, you know, about
Mhm.
what they will and won't do, regardless of money, regardless of this and that. And I think it's really important as an actor to know where that line is for you, because especially in our industry, you're going to be asked to do a lot of things that you maybe don't want to do or are not comfortable doing. Um, and knowing where you stand is very important to take up for yourself, to defend your choices in these projects. And I think, you know, when we're doing these projects that, you know, are kind of controversial and a little toxic and just weird, I try to just be as, you know, faithful and honest as possible about what I'm doing. You know, I'm like, I'm not trying to act like we're not doing this story. This is the story we're doing. And it is my job to play it as authentically, as honestly as possible, to humanize this character as much as I possibly can, so that people don't think that we're just doing like an imitation of this thing, like, you know, genuinely trying to tell this person's story. Because, you know, these stories are toxic and they're crazy, but like, you know, some of this stuff does happen in real life. It does. And you know, it's our job as actors to not, you know, be jaded about that and know that, like, you know, this is real. This does happen and this is what we're doing, and to be as honest and truthful as you can, you know, not make it a character of something, or, you know, not having an opinion on it. Like, just be honest and humanize and give this person a voice, you know?
Yeah.
So how do you, like, when you do have those certain things in these verticals that just seem like just outlandish, like, how do you do that? Like, how do you, I guess, channel that energy to be able to portray that?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's hard. I don't like, I'm trying to think. One show that I did pretty recently, which was something I would consider kind of a toxic storyline. It was like my character was overweight at the beginning of the movie, is like murdered by her husband or whatever, and then like, but not murdered, and then comes back and, you know, loses a bunch of weight and gets skinny and like has revenge. And there was two different, like, I played the girl after, but there was a different actress who was playing the heavier version of my character. And our Rachel is her name. Rachel is amazing. She was such a trooper because the script was brutal. There were brutal parts, brutal things that were said to her character, you know, obviously.
Yeah.
And the first table read that we did, you know, we all met up in person in LA like a day before we were shooting. And we had a conversation like with the director and producer and all of us actors, and we were like, look, let's address the fact that, like, this is crazy, this is wrong, none of us feel this way, you know, but we're not gonna shy away from these words. We're not gonna, because if you're trying to hide from it, you know, if you're trying to lean away from it, it's like you're doing a disservice to the piece. We're gonna show how crazy this is. We're gonna lean into it and highlight the fact that, like, yes, these people are monsters, and like, let's all be on the same page here and know what story we're telling and know how we want to tell it, and really having that conversation as a group on the very, very first day we met was extremely helpful. And just all of us knowing, like, okay, yeah, we're on the same page here. This is a lot, and this is going to be a challenge, and we're all going to handle this together, you know?
Okay.
No, absolutely. And I don't know why they feel like they should have a bigger actress and then they should have a, you know, a skinnier actress. Like, if you want to show those kind of storylines, that's fine. Show it. Put a fat suit on.
Yeah,
show the same actress, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I was so like, when I got the job, I was also in a place in my life where I really, you know, I needed some work, and
Understandable.
I was like, can I do this? Can I tell this story? Like, for me, that it was definitely a question at first. I was like, am I comfortable with this? Can I do this? How are we going to do it? Is it going to be me? Are we going to have another person? You know, but all in all, like, I was extremely impressed by everyone's professionalism on set and the way that everyone handled it. Cause like we all knew what we were doing was kind of crazy, you know, but the professionalism of everyone really just like changed the whole tone of the set. It was actually a very enjoyable experience. Like, you know, all of the people on that show, I genuinely consider friends and I think are wonderful people, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Hmm.
So going back to like the competitiveness and things like that, in such a competitive field, how do you handle moments of self-doubt?
It's hard, you know, because there's every day is different. Every day is different.
Hmm.
You know, and we're gonna have our good days and we're gonna have our bad days. And,
Yeah.
you know, I try to remind myself that it's like nothing is ever permanent, you know, like
Yeah.
nothing is permanent and nothing lasts forever. Literally, that's just like one of the most basic rules of life. Um,
Hmm.
and knowing like when I'm going through a moment of self-doubt or I'm down, I'm like, I'm just feeling this way right now. Like, this is not how I actually feel about myself. I'm going through something. Just reminding myself that, like, okay, yeah, it's okay to feel like this. Like, I'm a human being. I'm going to have bad days. But that doesn't mean that I'm a bad actor. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Just kind of like recognizing it and accepting it and knowing that, like, this feeling's not going to last forever and it's going to be okay. Also, too, like, calling my friends and my family. Truly. If I'm having a
Yeah,
rough
your support system.
Yeah, your people, you know, you gotta have your people. I'm like, I love my people and I'm so thankful to have them in my life. And yeah, there have been days on set where I was like, oh man, I'm gonna lose it right now. I don't know what to do. And I would just, you know, as I'm getting touched up or whatever, I would just be like, I'm gonna make a phone call and just
Yeah.
it helps. It really
Yeah,
helps.
no, absolutely. Have your people around, do what you got to do. Because at the end of the day, all of this is fantasy. I hope none of this is happening in real life. And if it is, I feel so sorry. My heart goes out to these people who go through abuse and all of that. But, you know, lucky for you, hopefully none of that is happening to your personal life. But because you're portraying it and you're playing the character, it can feel at times that you are being abused, you are being beaten, you are in this shitty, you know,
Yeah.
situation, even though you're not. But even to like know about it, forget about you acting in it, even for us as the audience to know that this is happening to someone, it's daunting, it's very concerning. And then my heart goes out to you and all the other actresses and actors who have to portray these roles because, oh my god, why are you guys putting yourself through that when you guys are remotely nowhere near going through anything like that? Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
Crazy, but I do get it. People need income and stuff like that, but my heart goes out to all of y'all, seriously.
Yeah. It's crazy. To be honest, I have met some of the most hardworking actors through doing verticals. Because you're so right. Like the demand is is so high, you know, emotionally, physically. Like I said, you know, we shoot so quickly, we shoot very long hours. Um, and it's like I'm just constantly impressed by, you know, everyone's ability to just keep going, just do another day, you know, do another show, stay in it. And it's hard too, especially like, you know, for the women in it, because like a lot of the female leads, we're getting thrown in pools, we're getting paint dumped on us, we're getting beat up, we're getting assaulted, you know, we're getting slapped and kicked, you know, and it's not easy. Yeah, like even though it's not really happening, like as a human being, if you're doing this thing over and over and over and over again, you know, it's hard. Also too
Mhm.
for the villains and the people who have to do the violence. You know, that's not easy for
Hmm.
them either.
No, no,
No,
no.
but
Yeah.
No one wakes up and says, I'm gonna be a bitch today or I'm gonna be a jackass today. It
yeah,
takes time,
yeah,
you know.
it takes time. But you know, finding the fun, this is a crazy thing to say, but like finding the fun in it is really, really important.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
knowing like, yeah, we're doing this scene where you're gonna beat me up and almost kill me, but we're gonna be cracking jokes up until they say, you know, action, and as soon as they yell cut, we're gonna continue cracking jokes.
Yeah, you kind of have to, otherwise, oh my God. If it's like an awkward mode of silence after they cut after like a beating up or a slap scene, it's like, did you really mean it?
Yeah, it's like, are we dead right now? What's happening?
Did you really want to slap me?
It's true though. You like we gotta like break the ice. We gotta break the tension a little bit.
Absolutely,
You know.
absolutely, and because they're so
Yeah. We
fast
do.
paced,
Uh-huh.
I don't think you guys do have much time to, get to know your co-stars, because you become family for what, 10, 12 days, and then you're on to the next, and then you got to do it all over again, and it can be mentally tormenting, you know.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. It's tough, but
Yeah.
we make it work.
Well, I was just going to say that we were, without giving any names or anything like that, but we were speaking to someone that was telling us about a vertical that they were going to be in, and what they told us they had to do was just so demeaning, like probably beyond what is acceptable. And, it just makes you wonder what is, what is going on. And the thing that gets me is that people are watching these. Like that's why like they've got such high numbers, is because people are watching them. And it's like,
Yeah.
what is it about these storylines that are attracting people?
People have some wild imaginations, wild fetishes, and they're putting them into verticals where literally they're doing snuff films and porn on verticals. Literally. I'm sorry, but it's that's what is happening. There's a fetish for humans becoming animals. That's basically what this actress had to become, a literal animal.
I know exactly. I know of this project. I've heard of this project.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't want to give names or anything.
No, we're not putting any names out
When I
there,
talked about, I was like, I was just having this conversation with a friend the other day.
Yeah.
Was about this project specifically because we were like, whoa,
holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
It makes me think, are all of this data real? Or is it just the few people who are behind closed doors? They're like, no, we want this. Yeah. And they like get turned on from this shit.
I don't know. And it's so funny because like people ask me a lot, like my family and my friends are like, who watches these? Who's watching? And like I said, when I was in China, I became very good friends with my EP. She's like, the client, the one that works for the platforms. And I was like, tell me, like, who is actually watching these? Because like, if anyone would know, it would be her. And she was like, I mean, like 50% of the market, and this is for a major platform, are Americans. And, part of me was like, thinking that it was like, people in China, people like, I know people from India have reached out to me, people from the Philippines have reached out to me. And it's really awesome to see like, the global impact is super cool. But I'm also like, there's a surprising amount of Americans. It's a lot of them. It's half of our market are Americans. And it's like, I think part of the reason why the scripts are written the way they are, just like the nature of them, is like it's Chinese drama. Chinese drama is very different than, like American drama. Just the movies and storytellings and plots are very different. It's its own kind of genre. And it's like, we're doing it, but in English. But we're all aware that this is a Chinese drama. Like, this is not, a normal, like, American, kind of thing. No.
Yeah, when I saw some of the scenes, I'm like, this is not American. This is literally a different script that's being transcribed to tailor to the American taste. But I mean, if the data that they're saying is true, and I really hope it's not, then I'm just gonna blame it on the current U.S. Epidemic on mental health. I'm just gonna blame it at that, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
No, it's crazy. And I'm sure, like, because you live in New York, like, you take the subway. I'm sure you take the bus. Like,
yeah, we see people.
People like on the subway.
Crazy shit, yeah.
Watching verticals, and I'm like, whoa, this is like the outreach and the way that it's just grown so much, and also too, it's like after the pandemic too, like people are on their phones a lot. People are always wanting to consume more and more and more media. And it's like, especially with how big and crazy like TikTok and Reels have been, it's like people's attention spans are not what they used to be. I feel like.
No, it's not.
It's a
new generation. People have been, I don't want to say brainwashed, but they've made their lives consumable by TikTok, social media, and all that. And it's always good to have a detox, but too much of anything is not good.
I agree. And I think it's interesting too, to like think about it in like a larger sense. It's like the way that we as people, as audience members, are consuming media is changing, you know?
Yeah.
It's constantly changing. And it's like, it makes me curious, like, you know, people ask me, and I think about a lot, like, what is the future of verticals? You know, how are they going to grow and adapt? Because like,
Yeah.
since I started doing them like a year and a half ago, like I've already seen so much growth just in this short amount of time. So I'm like, what's next?
Very.
How is it going to continue changing and evolving?
But the trajectory that it is going with all of this new crazy killing psycho stuff, I don't know. Let's see.
I don't know. I think also that's part of the reason why we've seen so many like kind of crazy scripts is like, I'm sure y'all know, like for so long they were just recycling and kind of doing the same movie over and over again. And people definitely got tired of that. And they're like, we want to see some new plots. We want to see some new scripts. And so like they're constantly trying to one up each other. Like, how do we make this crazier? How do we make this more heightened? How do we get people to click on this? Like, it's like they're like trying to top each other. And in doing so, we're seeing some crazy stuff come out, you know?
Yeah, no,
Well, and you
absolutely.
know, there was one, and I can't remember which vertical it was, but it was something, and I want to say it was the bigger girl kind of type vertical that, you know, the bigger girls and stuff like that. And you know how like on the apps you can reserve it, I
Mhm.
guess, for when it comes out. Well, anyway, it already, like before it had even come out, it was already at like 1 million reserves. And it
Wow.
was like, wow, yeah. And it was like, whoa, that many people are wanting to watch this toxic type
Mhm.
storyline.
Mhm.
And it was sad. Yeah.
Well,
Is
maybe the people relate to them because not everyone is skinny. You
mhm.
know,
Yeah.
I really don't know what to say. I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, but then in my mind, I'm like, well, let's question morality. Let's question all these philosophers who came before us and set
Mhm.
the grounds of civilization. And like, what is it to be a human? What is it to be behaving in a civilized manner? Because some of the stuff, it's inhumane. I would never expect anyone to do this kind of stuff to another human being,
Mhm.
even to your worst enemy. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
uh, I could just
No,
go on and on and on, but it's just
I get it. It's crazy. Like I was telling y'all about the one that I did. I like the way that literally at the beginning of the film, she's getting like harassed and bullied and body shamed. They say awful things to her, and then her husband throws her off of a cliff and tries to bury her alive because
I think I,
she's
yeah.
overweight and he
I've
likes
seen this vertical. I've seen it. I know which
it.
one you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, this is a lot. Like, this is really
Yeah.
it, like, you know, we had fun with it. You know, like I said, we were like, we're all aware of the story that we're telling. We're all aware that this is insane and crazy, you know? But like, yeah,
Yeah, it's a no go. Nope, it's a no.
it's
So I'm just
crazy.
gonna move on from this topic because we've been chatting
This
about
is
it for a while. We
no.
can literally have a whole episode just on
Yeah.
that.
No,
Because
literally.
this is not what this is about. This is about you, okay?
Yeah.
Forget
Okay.
about the apps and the algorithm.
Yeah.
That's their problem. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Sarah.
Okay.
Something fun.
Yeah, let's get
If
some.
you could work, yeah, let's do something fun. So if you could work with anyone in the industry, it doesn't have to be vertical. It could be literally anyone in mainstream Hollywood. Anyone. Who would it be and why? Choose a male and a female.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Now if we're opening it up to all of Hollywood, I'm like, oh goodness.
Yeah, we don't want to just put you in a box. We want you to spread your wings and fly.
Thank you.
You
Get
know,
me out of this tiny vertical box.
I know, right? So a male and a
Right.
female, who would you love to co-star with?
Okay. I would love to work with James McAvoy. He is a
Mm,
phenomenal
Okay.
actor.
yeah, he's really good.
Okay.
He's so talented, you know, like I've seen him. I think he just like is such a transformative character actor. You know,
Hmm.
I've seen him on stage, I've seen him in films and doing Shakespeare and doing this and that. It's like I'm just never not impressed by his work. It's like the details, like the connection, like when you watch him in a scene with someone, it's just like, oh, that man is listening. That man is present, you know?
Mm-hmm. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing, and he's good at it. He's really good at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I would love to work with him. James, if you ever see this, let me in.
Let's tag him.
Let's manifest that.
James, let's tag him in this. And a female. So that's so hard. There's so many good ones. I'm like, I don't. Okay. I'm gonna go with Jessica Chastain. I love her.
Okay.
Who did you say? I'm sorry.
Jessica Chastain.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, I just, I've seen a lot of her work. I love her work. I love, she's also really great at transforming into a character. Like her and Tammy Faye is like, oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I did see her in a play on Broadway. She did A Doll's House a couple years ago. And at the time I was working in the theater where it was. So I got to see that show. I watched it probably 10 times. Anytime I was in that theater, I would watch it. And the house managers were great. If they had a seat, they would let me have it. Yeah. Just watching her work was incredible. Like every single little thing. She's such a specific actor. She's so dropped in. She always consistently gives 100%. And I was just so impressed by her work and her work ethic after watching her in that play. I was like, I would love to work with her.
Amazing. Okay. So is there a dream role or genre you'd love to explore next?
It's so tricky. Like I would love, ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to do I love sci-fi. I love sci-fi films so much. And sci-fi is hard because those are big budget movies. You need a lot of money to do a good sci-fi one. But I think part of the reason why I have always really enjoyed sci-fi is there's so many deep, complex messages about, our life and humanity. And it's delivered in a way that you don't even realize that you're getting this message delivered until it's too late, And I love that element of that genre. So I would love to do a good sci-fi something. That's always been a dream of mine. Yeah.
Okay. So be honest. What is the most diva thing you've ever done on set? I mean, we all have our diva moments.
Oh my God. I will never live this down. I will never live this down. And I'll own it. Kasey was actually there for this moment. And he will live this down. He reminds me of it constantly. We were in Lithuania shooting, right? We had this was probably at least day 6 or 7. We were deep in the shoot. It was very cold. I was getting sick. I ended up getting pneumonia from this trip. It was not good. But it was super late one night. We had filmed at least, I think, 12 or 13 hours. And I was so hungry. And we're all in this van driving back to the hotel or whatever. And they're like, should we go get some food? And I was like, yes, please. Can we please go get some food? And everyone in the car was just laughing and being like, where are we going? No, let's go here. Let's go there. And I freaked out for a minute. I was like, guys, just go to the pizza parlor, please. I'm so hungry.
You didn't care where you went, just somewhere.
I will never forget. I was like, take the van to Monstro Pizza right now and drop me off.
That was your New York coming out.
No, I was so mad. I know. I felt horrible because I fully crashed out in this car, but I was so hungry.
No, I don't blame you.
I'm hungry.
You were hangry.
Very hangry.
I was extremely angry. You're right. My New York came out. I was like, turn the fan to the pizza store. So
I don't care if it's a stale piece of pizza. We're
no,
gonna get that in my tummy.
Just
I was like,
yeah.
I need this so bad right now. I needed it. And I was like, the next day, I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. That was really
That's
crazy of
not
me.
me. That's my
It was
alternative
me. I was
info.
hungry.
It's almost like I think it's the Snickers commercial where they're like the big old like
Yeah.
lion or something. And as soon as they have a Snickers, they turn into a regular person.
Yeah. You're not you when you're hungry.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
right.
me.
Oh,
Oh, God.
so if you weren't acting, what do you think you'd be doing?
If I was not acting, I would probably be, this is crazy, a pilot.
A pilot.
Okay,
I would fly
okay.
planes. Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. It's like so out of left field. My whole family works in aviation. My father's a pilot.
Mm,
My mother was a flight attendant. All my grandparents, uncles, everybody works in aviation. And growing up, like, yeah, my whole family was like, "You're gonna be a pilot one day. You're gonna grow up and be a female pilot, and they're gonna pick you because there's not a lot of female pilots, you know." And they're like, "You're
yeah.
gonna dominate."
Mm,
And I was like, flying is cool, and I do actually still intend on getting. I'm going to get my like private pilot's license because I still want
yeah.
to fly, and I love flying.
Yeah.
Me
But
too.
yeah, I was like,
Not actually flying the plane, but be a passenger.
yeah, you're like, I like flying in the plane. I like enjoying it.
I'm always traveling every month. So yeah, I'm always flying out because the city can get crazy.
Mhm.
You got to get out of it, even if it's for a week. So that's what I do. I
You
pack my
have to.
stuff. I'm in a plane heading
Mhm.
to a new destination. I'm just like, bye.
As you should. As you should. New York is great, but like you're so right. You got to get out. You got to get
Yeah,
out.
no, you do. Especially as a resident. Hell no, you got to get the hell out.
I know. I can only take New York. Like I love New York. Don't get me wrong, but like I do dip out like
No,
probably
you,
once a
you
month,
have to.
once every other month. Yeah.
You have to.
You
You'll
have
go
to.
insane.
Exactly.
Literally.
That's true.
So, what's one thing your fans might be surprised to learn about you?
Fun fact, I studied classical music for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I did.
Okay.
I played piano and clarinet. I still play piano.
Mm.
But yeah, there was a time in my life when I like was super dedicated to music. And it was funny, like my mom wanted me to be a musician and I wanted to be an actor, which like,
Mhm.
normally you'd think like, okay, like the pilot thing makes more sense. Like be a pilot, don't be an actor.
Yeah.
It was like, be a musician. It's like, are you crazy?
I love that your mom wanted you to be the pole opposite of what your other family members wanted you to be.
Yep. Yep. I love it. I love it. But
Amazing.
I know I do love music though. I think maybe that's part of the reason why like now like I use music a lot in my acting.
Mm.
Like the stuff that I listen to prepare is all like classical music, instrumental music.
Yeah, I like instrumental too.
Yeah,
A lot of opera, yeah.
definitely. I do. I still love music.
People say words speak to them. To me, tunes speak to me.
Hmm. I agree. It's like you can you can get the like craziest sensations, go on the craziest journey just by having some instrumental music and like closing your eyes. It's like you will teleport to another dimension.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
amazing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So finally, can you tease any upcoming projects, or should we keep an eye out for any of them? Can you give us a little snippet of what we can expect without, you
Yes.
breaking any NDAs or anything like that? We don't want that here.
Yes. I'll give you like two little ones, if that's okay. I'll give you a vertical and a horizontal. Because
Ooh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
yeah, the vertical, I just wrapped a couple days ago. I'm actually very excited about this one. It's a boxing movie. It's like about a boxer.
Okay.
So we were like shooting in the gyms a lot, and it's the script actually. I was like very surprised. It's one of the best scripts I have read in vertical, so I was like super excited to work on it. It's called Taming the Gold Belt King, I think is what the name's going to be.
Okay.
Who knows? I think it's going to be a short max, but you'll probably see that later down the line. So that will be coming up soon.
So
And
fall, probably.
yeah. And then I have a feature film that is going to be coming out very soon. We're hitting the festivals, I believe, later this year, but we also have a premiere for it in Washington, D.C. in a couple of days. So anyone's in D.C., come to the premiere of A Christmas Party. Yeah, I shot it last year. It's, like I said, an independent film, a Christmas movie, but it's very sharp. It's very funny. It's like slightly political, but not in like a bad way. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
It has like some strong opinions in there and a lot of opinions. You know, it's like very much. It's essentially it's like a dinner party with like 12 people, and like, you know, when you put 12 people who are like,
oh yeah, Thanksgiving, Christmas, we know how it gets down.
You know what I'm talking
Of course
about.
we know. Yeah.
So
You
that
put
is
New Yorkers in there.
exactly. Half of us were New Yorkers, so you know how that works.
Oh no.
But it's great. Yeah, it's called A Christmas Party. We'll be doing the festivals later this year as well. So keep your eye out for that. I'm very excited about it. I'm such a great project to work on.
What are the dates for it being premiered in Washington, D.C.?
So our premiere is on the 14th in Washington, D.C. It's like literally next week in a couple days.
Yeah, I fly out on the 14th, so I mean, if I didn't have anything, I would have came down. I would have definitely done one.
I would have loved that. That would have been so fun. Don't worry, you'll catch it. You'll catch
there'll be more.
There'll be more.
There'll be more.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Manifest.
You catch us in Tribeca. We'll be in Tribeca.
Yeah.
So you'll see it.
Okay. So the next part of this is going to be the 2 truths and a lie.
Oh my gosh. I can speak 4 languages.
Okay.
I flew a plane when I was 10. And I love cats.
You love cats.
I don't think you like cats.
She's the animal.
No,
you would know that. Okay, so cats, right? I believe the fact that you flew a plane when you were 10 because your whole family's like aviation, so like that's obviously true. And speaking 4 languages, where are you from again? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm from New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. So definitely I could see speaking French, you know, maybe a few more languages too. Who knows? You know what? I might go with the language.
That's the lie?
I got it right?
No. Neither of you.
Okay.
I got
Oh, see.
I did not.
Reverse psychology.
I did not fly a plane when I was 10. I flew a simulator. I did the simulator, but not the plane.
Wow, okay.
Put a little.
So you can speak 4 languages.
Yeah, English, obviously, French, Spanish, and I'm not fluent in Chinese, but I can speak a pretty good amount now after doing the verticals. It's kind of crazy.
Put it in there. Yeah. Put it in there. I myself can speak 6 languages. So
oh my gosh, hi polyglot. What do you speak?
I can speak a little bit of French. I can speak some Spanish. I can speak Bengali. I can speak Hindi. I can speak Urdu. I can speak Arabic.
Wow. That's impressive.
Of course. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Very multicultural.
Yes.
Arabic wouldn't have came to me if I didn't go to the Middle East so often. I'm always going there like 3 times a year.
Oh, wow. Where in the Middle East do you go?
I go to Saudi Arabia. I go to the United Arab Emirates. And I go to Jordan.
I'm so jealous. I want to go to the Middle East so bad.
Well, you do have links. They should be able to, you know, give you some hookups to fly in for free or on a discounted fare or something.
I know. I probably could. I need to see I'm like,
See
does
what you can
Delta
do.
fly over there? If Delta flies there, I'll go.
So here's the thing about alliances. Delta is a part of Sky Team, and Sky
Yes.
Team has Saudia, has a bunch of other Middle Eastern airlines too.
I see.
So you can just connect. It doesn't matter. You can use those.
Yeah.
Because I'm loyalty to Delta too, but I use
Yes.
Saudia and I get
Mhm.
my Delta points because they're
Mhm.
affiliated. It's like code
Yeah,
sharing.
the Sky Team. Yeah.
Yeah, with Sky Team. So yeah, definitely go on.
I gotta look into it. I really want to. Arabic,
Definitely.
honestly, I think is such a beautiful language too. And the
It
way that
is.
it's written is beautiful. I used to
The
want to,
calligraphy, yeah.
yeah.
I know
And
how to write in Arabic.
you do?
Yes.
I'm so jealous.
I know how to write in Arabic, Spanish, and well, Spanish and French because we use, English. But yeah, I know how to write the alphabet in Hindi, but I wouldn't be able to put it together. Like I could barely write my name.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Don't even ask me to
And
read or write Chinese. There is no way in hell I can't do it.
yeah, no. What is it, like a little house with lines?
It was like it was so funny. Like when I was leaving China, like whenever we would wrap a film, they would give all of us these big, beautiful bouquets, and it was so lovely.
Yeah.
I loved it. But I was getting on a plane, so I couldn't take it with me. And I'd been staying at this hotel for quite some time, I think like 2 weeks. And like the lady who turned down my room every day, she was very sweet, did a wonderful job, and I wanted to thank her. So I left her my bouquet and I wrote her a note in Chinese because she didn't speak English. Yeah, it was like, thank you so much for your hard work. Like, enjoy the flowers. But when I tell you that took me like 30 minutes to write, like 2 sentences.
Oh, I messed up a line there. There shouldn't be an extra line.
Yeah, I was like, and then afterwards,
Yeah.
I like, took a picture and sent it to my Chinese friend. I was like, "Can you read this? Like,
It's
is this legible?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's fine."
She just didn't want to break your feelings.
I know. She's just being nice to me.
And you said you like cats.
I love cats. I'm a big cat person. I love cats so much.
I'm allergic to cats and dogs.
No.
I am. And my mom has a cat, so you know how New York houses are. These are 2-family, 3-family. So I'm in my own section. My mom's below. But that cat, each time my mom tries to come in, runs up and tries to explore my part of the house, and I freak out because I'm
You're like, no.
deeply, deadly allergic to them. So I'm just like, hey, get the hell out. You're not trying to kill your son over your pet.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. Damn. Hey, maybe you would like my cat. She's hypoallergenic. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she a Sphinx?
She's
a Sphinx?
No, she's a Russian blue.
I love Russian blues.
They're
She's
cute.
Cute. I miss her so much. She's with my mom in New Orleans right now, and I miss her every day.
I know, I feel you.
Yeah.
So for everyone who got that very, very malicious lie, congratulations. We're still on 1-1, and damn, everyone has been beating us. The actors and actresses are beating us. So Jennifer, we need to pick up our game.
Yeah, guys.
I guess we're just so honest with each other. That's why we can't pick up the lie.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what they say about actors. Our job is to lie. That's what they say. We are good at it.
So let's get into the fun stuff. I know today has been a very intense, more on the intense sides of the episode. Yeah, but it's good that we had those conversations because spreading awareness is very, very important, especially in a field that's vastly progressing. We don't want to see it go into the toxic path. So
I agree.
So the next segment of the show is the rapid fire. I'm gonna put 2.5 minutes on the timer, and I'm just gonna fire away.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Okay. Road trip or flight?
Flight.
Of course.
No. Yeah.
A place that feels like a second home.
The forest. No, the swamp. The swamp. Love the swamp.
New Orleans. There we go. Gym or spa?
Spa. spa. I'll be honest.
A city you want to get lost in.
I want to get lost in. Ooh. Berlin. Never been to Berlin. I really want to go there and get lost.
Okay. Fresh flowers or potted plants?
Fresh flowers.
Plain seat, aisle or window?
Window.
Of course.
So strongly. Window. I just have to be there.
Keep a secret or to tell a secret?
Keep a secret.
What's your favorite movie quote?
My favorite movie quote. Rudeness is merely the expression of fear.
Can you reference the movie?
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Nice.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Change your past or to see your future?
Gosh, that's a hard one. See the future. What's next? I'm curious.
Yeah, the past is past. Who cares? Bye.
Yeah, that's already over. I'm not changing that. It's done.
It's done. What role scared you the most in a good way?
What role scared me the most in a good way? Probably the show that I just did this summer, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Like, that was a really fun role, but also terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying. Just like, it had been a while since I'd done live theater. And then also Shakespeare. There's no improvising there. There is no improvising there.
Oh.
Art museum or history museum? Sorry, this is meant to be a rapid fire.
No, I know. Go. Would you say art history or what?
Art history or art museum or history museum?
Oh. History.
What's a plot twist you'll never recover from?
In the show Dark. Have you guys seen the show Dark? I'm not gonna say it. Watch it. You'll never recover. Dark.
Okay. We'll take it, guys. The timer went off, but I'm just gonna continue.
Okay, go. Sorry, I'm bad at rapid fire.
You're good.
No.
Know how you die or know when you die?
When?
What's your dream script about?
A crazy galactic adventure.
Be understood or be remembered?
Be understood.
If you were a genre, what would it be?
Either science fiction or like historical romance, like Pride and Prejudice.
Ooh, I do like some Pride and Prejudice. I do like that.
Yeah.
Being chased in a dream or falling in a dream?
Chased.
Yeah. Falling's awful.
Awful.
Yeah, falling is awful. I'd rather be chased.
Chase me all night long, but don't let me fall.
What sound do you irrationally love?
What sound?
Do you irrationally love?
Okay.
Oh, that is satisfying. Yeah.
Sticking, anything.
Let's do some ASMR.
Really?
For you.
That's it.
So I know you're from New Orleans. That's why I added this one. Visit a haunted house or spend a night in the woods?
Oh, haunted house every day.
What about spend a night in the coven or spend a night in a haunted house?
You know, I love the coven, but I'm still going for the ghosts.
Okay, there we go. Well, that was the rapid fire. A little extended, but that's fine. Only for you.
Sorry.
No, you're good, my fellow New Yorker.
But I have to say, the best sound in the world is a cat's purr.
I agree.
No.
Yes.
Probably because I'm allergic to them.
There's like a thing where it's
Uh-huh.
good for you hearing their purr. Like they'll purr on you, and it like literally helps your like health. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
And I used to have a fat cat, and he purred all the time. And I had like a little stethoscope, and I would literally put the stethoscope on his like stomach and just listen to the purr. It was so relaxing.
That is so
Okay, Jennifer.
You're literally giving me ideas right now. I'm like, where's my cat? Where's my stethoscope?
Oh my God. Wow.
Oh, so good. Where are you from, Jennifer, by the way?
I'm in Virginia.
You're in Virginia. I was like
Virginia.
somewhere in the
Yeah.
South. I hear my like fellow Southern girl. I'm like, yeah,
we're that Southern.
Yes, I'm in Virginia. Yeah.
I see.
So right now I'm just
And I'm in the towards the
for
south of Virginia.
Oh,
So yeah, so I'm closer to the south.
I
yeah.
see.
So
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
you can just ask us whatever you want if you want to know anything.
If you could see any, like, if you could make a vertical, what is one vertical that like you haven't seen out there that you want to see?
I actually wrote a script.
Okay.
well,
So I kind of already did it. But I'll tell you something else. Like, this is nothing to do with my script. I would love to see a classical Hollywood movie vertical style.
Nice.
Like
they did Pride and Prejudice.
I saw
They
that.
didn't nail it. They didn't nail
It was
it.
pretty good.
No.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
No, they could have done better.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I have to watch it now. I clearly have to watch it now because I need
Watch
to.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It wasn't as bad as I thought.
Okay,
It still had that, huh?
I said, okay, Jennifer.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It still had that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've seen Pride and Prejudice, like the real one. And it had that deep tension in it, and it was kind of, and I had to keep reminding myself that this was back like, I guess back in like the Bridgerton days,
Mhm.
because like where it was like taboo to kiss anybody or to, get kind of spicy. And so I was like, why are they acting like it's a little taboo? And then I was like, oh yeah, that's right. It was back in the day.
Timeline.
Back in the day, she's soiled goods.
Yes.
She gets kissed before her wedding day.
Exactly.
She
No,
was a real gangster of the time.
I would like to see, like, let's do away with the whole billionaire thing. Let's go back to the blue collar guys, the ones that aren't rich, that aren't.
Give me
Why is
some
everybody going to
prison
be like
break.
a CEO? Why does everybody got to be a billionaire? Why does everybody?
Girl,
I'm
that's a
over
good
it.
question.
It's a Chinese thing because over there it's like the company and success is all about after education. It's a very cultural thing that they just brought into the American scripts. That would be the justification that I would give. But
Absolutely.
yeah,
For
grab
sure.
that mafia, like grab them
know.
thugs. Where they at?
It's
We need
crazy.
to
Not
shoot a
even
New York
mafia.
one where they show the life
Not even mafia.
of New York. You can like
Yes.
have the crazies everywhere and like the block parties and all of that.
Oh my God. Taha, you're literally speaking my language. I had this thought the other day. I was like, we need like
Wow.
a slice of life in New York.
Yes.
And like with like almost like a Sex in the City. It's like all the different lovers who come and go.
Yeah.
But like also like
Absolutely.
girlies.
Yeah.
Let's go down into the country. We don't need no city life. We need us a country.
So what we're gonna show? Some cows and bells and horns.
No, gotcha.
Some
Get you a cowboy.
Yeah.
Get you a nice man and some.
I've seen them. I've been seeing a little bit of
I mean,
cowboy.
I've seen some southern ones. Travis, he just did one where he was a cowboy, and the girl's from New York, and she got stuck in Texas, and they were showing like the farms and the ranches, and that was, it was nice. I'm a city boy, obviously. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not made for the country life. Probably for 2 days, and then I'm out.
That's fair.
Country's
To each his own.
Yeah. I don't want to drive to get myself a sandwich. I want to walk to the bodega.
I agree. And you know what? Like, to each his own. I like it. I'm a city girl, but I will never lose my southern roots. Like, I do.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I love some good time down there. Not a long time, but a little bit. I do love it though. I miss it a lot.
It's nice to be able to like slow it down to when you're driving by somebody on a back road and you wave your hand. It's like I feel like Y'all don't do that in the city. Y'all don't greet
Okay,
each other.
we mind our own business. We look down and we keep walking. Someone getting shot in the corner, you look down and keep
You look
walking.
down and
Okay,
keep walking.
you
Yeah.
keep walking. You don't even call 911. Someone else will do that. You mind your own business. That's it.
Yeah. It's so crazy. I like had such a culture shock when I moved here. Even like New Orleans, which is a city, we still have like you were talking about, Jennifer, just like the southern kind of like mindset, hospitality. Like, yeah, like when you walk down
Yeah.
the street in New Orleans, like you smile and say hello to people.
Hmm.
Pass, and when you don't, people are like, "Are you okay? Are you good?" Literally, like I had to remind myself when I would come home after like being here for a while to like switch it back on. Like literally
Yeah,
someone
be a little friendly.
yeah, someone on the street said something to me one day. I was like, it was like morning and I was just so in my like New York, like, mode walking through the quarter.
Yeah.
They're like, I think they had said good morning to me or something. And I didn't respond because I just had the blinders on. But they're like, hey, they're like, you okay? You having a bad day? And then that like took me out of it. I was like, this complete stranger is like, sweetie, you doing okay? I was like, no, I don't think I am.
I'd be like, why are you talking to me? Mind your own business. Bye.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Time is money. I'm doing my stuff.
I know. They think I'm rude. Like I hate this. I was like, I can't be this hard New Yorker forever.
It's funny because I
Once
was
you guys
talking
figure
to I was
it out.
talking about going to New York to see Taha, and I
Mhm.
told my cousins, and they were like, Jennifer, you're not going to do good in New York. You're not going to do. They're just so different. I guess because of because it's so different in the country. Like,
Yeah.
and
Look, it is different, but with Taha by your side, you're gonna be just fine.
Exactly. No one
Yeah.
gonna mess with you. Don't
Yeah.
worry. I got you.
Even if you're on your own, you will be just fine. New Yorkers are not as scary as people say. We're just busy.
We just like to do our own shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
You'll be welcomed in true New York fashion, probably with like a rat running over your foot, and you'll be like, okay.
Okay, that I don't fuck with. I ain't have no rat on my foot.
now, see, I would probably pet it. I love me some animals.
Oh, don't. No.
We're not. We're cutting that out. We're not putting that out there on the internet.
I walked a rat in a carnival on a leash one time.
I have never. That is like on
It
a
was a
like.
pet rat. It
Was,
was on a leash, yeah.
was it your
Where
pet?
they have like little leashes. No, it was a friend of mine's, but yeah, I brought the little rat to the carnival, and I was like walking it with a leash.
I actually kind of love that. Did it go where you told it to go, or did it kind of?
Yeah, walked it. But I ended up carrying it, to be honest.
That's so cute. Honestly,
I love.
it's a pet. Look, if it's a pet rat, that's so different.
Yeah,
It's so different.
yeah.
These New York City rats,
They're huge.
they're
They're like cat size.
yeah, they're built different. Like we have a rat czar here to take care of it. Don't really know what she's doing because I still see him everywhere. But oh my gosh.
Well, with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you very much, Sarah, for coming on and being our 11th guest on the Vertical Take with Taha and Jennifer and Taha.
Yeah.
And I am grateful to all of the viewers for not bashing us and canceling us, because we do talk a lot of stuff on here. Thank you very much. And if you made it this far, you're an OG. I will link all of Sarah's socials and IMDb, everything in the description box below. And we can't wait to support you further in your acting career.
Thank you so much, you guys. It's been lovely talking with you. You're both wonderful people. Jennifer, get your butt up here to New York. Let's all hang out.
Yeah, come to New York.
Yeah.
And with that, peace.
Peace.